Yeah, it should go across to these. Okay, here we go. Okay, right. So, sorry, this is Lisa. This is your time to shine.
Getting late in the day. Do you want to mute yourself? I want you to mute. Okay. Is it just one voice I can hear now? Yeah.
Have you got the sound on?
Yeah. Can you hear me, everyone? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thumbs up. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So we're just going to give you a bit of an update on what we've been doing. So we plan to sell one of our SA properties so that we can release some money. So we've got one property in St Albans, and by selling that one property, it will allow us to buy more in Kent, which is, although we get sort of similar revenue for this property in St Albans to a couple of the ones we've got in Kent, we can't buy any more in St Albans because they're just so expensive. And we really like sort of investing in Kent, and it's a nice place to be as we're here at the moment. I would have shown you the beach. I showed Ua earlier. That's our plan, but we have got somebody interested in it that will take it on as an SA property, so we can sell the furniture with it and we'll manage it for them. So it's sort of a win-win for us because we sell the property but we still get marketing income, so that would be fantastic if that goes ahead. It may not, but we'll hold out for what we can get. So we've had a pretty good summer. Obviously, we weren't taking any tourist bookings during lockdown. Key workers only, which I was very rigid about, ensuring that they were key workers that needed to be in the area. But obviously more people are staying in the UK, so they want to have their staycation, as this new Americanism that we're using. So we have been booked out throughout the summer, which is good, although we've managed to sneak in here ourselves. We've had contractors returning to work, so doing some big projects, particularly in St Albans, that they had to sort of stop and start due to not having the right, what are they called, Chris? Stuff. Building supplies, materials. So they had to stop and start, but they've come back to us because they're finishing their project in St Albans, which is really good. And we've had other bookings, like mainly contractors in St Albans at the moment, actually, rather than holiday makers. We normally have a sort of like a mix, but we've had mainly contractors because they're coming, working again. We've had throughout the whole business, we've had an increased nightly rate because we use a pricing engine. Due to the higher demand, it's increased the nightly rate, which has been good, because obviously we were down a third on our income due to the pandemic, or the lockdown, I should say. But so things are looking good. I don't know, obviously we're trying to sort of like prepare ourselves for the next potential lockdown and make sure that we've got all our contacts in place and the properties are set up, the cleaners are set up. So at the moment we're still blocking out 24 hours before and 24 hours after to do a sort of what we call a COVID clean, where they air the property completely and spray all hard surfaces and everything else, just to make sure that we're doing everything to sort of prevent any cross-contamination. We've also, as we said before, put in the hand sanitizers and quarantine boxes for anything that a guest touches whilst they're in here. We've also had an increase in insurance bookings that were obviously all put on hold during lockdown. So they've now, all the, the contractors are back to work, and people are happy to have people in their houses come out. So we've had a real increase in insurance bookings and relocation bookings, which is good, because they're longer term. The difficulty being that we like to do a fortnightly clean / inspection, and we can only do it, or our cleaners will only do it whilst the guests aren't present. But people are really being accommodating about that, so that's really good. But hopefully things will pick up and we'll buy more properties and it will all be good. So yeah, so that was good, and thanks to Graham for his, I don't know if he's still there, but I thought his sort of presentation was fantastic, really good. And Sam's, obviously Sam's, don't need to say anything more about that. So thank you everyone, that's me done. Ooh, and looking forward to next month. I'm going to mute myself.
Yeah, same here.
I'll just sorry, I'll just go back to my slides. So yeah, so we've been talking to many of you will know who's a regular attendee of our meeting, and always brings a certain charm. So you've kindly agreed to present with us next month. Would you like to just briefly say what you're going to talk about? Because it's quite, it's very exciting what your software does.
Yeah, certainly. If you don't mind, I'd like to just share a couple of slides from what I'll be talking about next.
Yeah, you should be able to.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine, and you should be able to share.
Okay. I'll just get that set up.
I was actually ahead of myself, and I managed to allow anybody to share. In actual fact, yeah, there's a multiple share option which I managed to take. So I was quite impressed with myself, really. You okay, Ura?
Oops. Can you see my screen?
So what if I stop share?
Do you see my screen?
Not yet.
Oh.
Yes. Going.
It's just
yeah.
Hi, Ura, can you hear me?
Just started.
What I've got is a message saying that you started screen sharing.
He's frozen.
Hi, Ura. Okay, so I'll just while I was waiting. So
hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. You sort of you froze for us for a short time.
You know what? My internet has been fine all along, and suddenly it starts playing up. Okay, let me bring up my slide.
Yeah,
can you see that now?
That's now kicking it up. I've got a message saying I've like got your title of a screen. It says play and keynote live, top left, and in the middle it says table. It's like you've got some sort of, don't know. It says I'm viewing. It says I'm viewing your screen, but your screen is like a ribbon. Oh, hold on. The vehicle mindset. I can see that.
Yeah. Yes. Apologies for that. I don't know what happened to my internet.
No,
so the idea is okay. Let me start by thanking Sam and Graham, and obviously lovely Lisa and Chris. This evening has been really, really great, and I've picked up so much. And thanks for this opportunity, Chris. So what I'm planning to share next month will be something I've called the vehicle mindset, and it touches on some of the things I've mentioned already this evening. An idea is that when you see an opportunity even if you are focused on one particular strategy, what I'm postulating is you're better off looking at it as a vehicle to your goal. So, for instance, you get a property and yes, I only do buy to lets or I only do SAs, but those two may not necessarily be the best vehicle for that property. It might be HMO is a better option to take. So I'm saying that investors should look at opportunities from that mindset. All right, what is the best solution for this property? I've received this opportunity, I've received, and to back this up, I've got some software that will help you decide which option to go for, which is the more profitable option for yourself and for that opportunity. The software is hosted on valapp.io. You'd hear all about it next month. But before I go into that, let me just give you an idea as to what my agenda will be like next month. This can move. Yeah, so I've got this picture of a snake with a smiley face. Right? Very odd. But if you're a rodent, I don't think you see that as a smiley face, right? Because if you get closer to this, it's going to have a sting in its tail. And that's the same thing, or the same way you should look at opportunities that are presented to you by, certain sources or estate agents. The fact that it looks good doesn't mean that it's good. And how can you determine if something is good for you or not, if it's a good investment or not? And that all boils down to data. Now, none of us will look at this smiley face and go and touch the snake, because we've got data in our minds telling us that that can kill or that can really, really injure you. And that's all based on data. So next month is going to be all about data. I hear data is the new oil. The fact is, the understanding of data is the new oil, not data, because data will never finish, data will never run out. So next month, we should look at different sources of data, valuation methods, the different methods that estate agents use to arrive at a sale price, how you can tailor your strategies to your goals, and the tools that can help you make consistent valuations and follow a consistent process to determining what strategy you should go for. So it's going to be really exciting. I know it's going to have numbers in it, but ultimately it's about protecting your investment, protecting your deposits, protecting the legacy, protecting your estate for your children. And the only way to do that is to have information and make the right choices from the start. We've heard tonight, you make your money when you buy. How do you decide what to buy and how to buy? You need data, and you need tools that can help you understand the data. And if you're doing multiple strategies, you cannot be a professional in all those strategies or an expert in all those strategies. So you need certain tools that would keep you in check or make sure certain things are factored in, and ultimately make things more automated for yourself, because that's the future. The future is not about spreadsheets. It's not about getting experts left, right, and center and phoning your friend to do figures for you. It's about being independent, and automation will help you with that, and prop tech will help you with that. So I'm going to expand more on this next month. But thank you very much, Chris.
That was really good taster. Thank you very much, Ua. And I like that. I mean, I have seen Ua's sort of software too, and it's that objectivity that I think would be really valuable for people. And it sort of links into a lot of what we've spoken about tonight with what we've heard from Graham, and I think it built upon that. So I think it'll be really exciting. Really looking forward to more smiley faces or not so smiley faces. So yeah, really look forward to that. So that's fantastic. Thank you very much.
Yes.
I'd just like to close and just thank, my thanks to Sam, to Lisa, particularly to Graham for such a great presentation, and also the taster from Ua. For those who aren't on our WhatsApp group, if you send me a message, you can. So I can certainly add you to our WhatsApp group, and don't forget our YouTube and Facebook channels as well. So I'd like to thank you all for a really great evening, and I'll say good night. And the recording of this will be available as well. So thank you very much.
Thanks very much. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Thank you.